Greens has vowed to stay at the helm of the party, despite the fact that Natalie Bennett failed to win her seat in Holborn and St Pancras, finishing third.
The Greens returned to Westminster with just one MP, although they did manage to increase their share of the vote nationally to just under 4%.
Natalie Bennett is with us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Before we focus on your party, I just want to get a sense of your mood, considering how this result has surprised many, but very few predicted it. Are you surprised?
Yes, we were, I think. I mean, you could only go with the polls beforehand. It was clear there were a lot of undecided, and it's unclear whether the pollsters got it wrong or a lot of people made their mind up in the last couple of days. But I think where we're at now is a real cause for concern, for the fate of the disabled, the disadvantaged in our society, the fate of our public services, and indeed what we're going to be doing about climate change. But what we'll have is Caroline Lucas there as a very strong Green MP. In many ways she was the opposition in the last Parliament, and we're going to be in that position again.
Of course, we had this extraordinary day yesterday. We had three party leaders dropping out. They had enough. They thought they'd done their bit and they thought it was the right time. You have decided to stay on, and some people might have thought, given that you lost the seat you were trying to win, you might also have taken that route. Why did you choose to stay?
Well, in terms of the seat that I was standing in, Holborn and St Pancras, I always made it clear that I had a huge mountain to climb. I stood in the seat where I live, where I stood in 2010, where I've been a community campaigner. That was the right place for me to stand. But for the Green Party, despite our concern about the overall result, this was an excellent election. We got 4 times more votes in a general election than we've ever got before, 1.1 million people. We saved more than 100 deposits, when if you look at 2010, we saved 6 deposits. That means we got more than 5% of the vote. We finished second in 4 seats. We have never finished second in a general election seat before. So for the Green Party, this really was an advance in terms of looking at the green surge that's also seen our membership more than quadruple in the past year.
So do all of those things and the points you made about electoral reform, although that's not likely, let's be honest, does that mean that you've, for example, if you take you as an individual politician and a leader of your party, the profile you had in this campaign was greater than ever before, personally, but also in terms of the party? You're standing in a seat, and yet you still can't get that win. Now, have you got to rethink how the Green Party goes about its business? Because you can get a lot of votes around the country, it will not help you in the Commons. Do you have to somehow target specific places now in a way you never have before?
Well, that's exactly what we were doing in this election. We had 12 focus seats, and 3 of those 4 in which we finished second were those focus seats. Bristol West, we put a huge amount of effort into, and Bristol West team and Darren Hall, the candidate there, did an amazing job. I mean, they got a swing of 24% to them. It wasn't quite enough to win the seat. But what we're also seeing, of course, and we're just starting to see the results coming in now, is the council elections. And in Bristol, we've more than doubled our number of councillors. We've now got 13 councillors on the council. We've got our first seats on the council in Bath and North Somerset, in Forest of Dean. We're back on Cambridge City Council. We've got a whole lot more council seats to count today. So what we're really doing is, you look at the fact also that the other seats where we finished second were in Manchester, in Liverpool and in Sheffield. And what we've really done is established ourselves very much as a national party, as part of the national political force. So for us, we've had the first stage of the Green Surge. What I'm aiming to from today onwards is to build the second stage of the Green Surge. And we've had a good start. In the past 24 hours or so, we've had 1,000 more people join the Green Party, so our membership has gone over 63,000, which means we're much bigger than UKIP and the Lib Dems.
You referred to Caroline Lucas as the strongest voice in opposition, or words to that effect. It's one voice. How effective, really? I mean, really, how effective can you be?
Well, I think Caroline has put so many issues on the agenda in terms of things like fighting against fracking. She personally put her own freedom on the line to fight against fracking, had a huge impact. She's been the one who's been campaigning to bring the railways back into public hands. The Green Party is putting issues like sex and relationship education, making that statutory. But putting all of these things on the agenda is a really key part of the political debate. And I think, also on the immigration issues, we've been the people really standing up against the dangerous, damaging rhetoric of UKIP that sadly the other parties followed along with. So we're having an impact that really reflects our growing strength as a party, as a force within the political system.
OK, Natalie Bennett, leader of the Green Party, thank you for joining us on Breakfast.
Thank you.
Let's see, the time has just come up to